I was just thinking, I didn't realize how naive I was when I started the career in research. Frankly, I was kind of stupid in a lot of different ways, and I still probably am naive right now. I didn't realize how hard it actually was. And, you think that when I first started, I thought you just write papers, and that's all it was, right? Like, you write something, you have an idea, you write it up, you send it in, and it gets accepted someplace. But it doesn't work like that at all. Then I found out probably about a year, 2 years in, the rejection rates of most of the journals that you aim for are like 95, 98%, right? Like, unbelievable rejection rates. The vast majority of the stuff that you send in actually gets rejected. And I always was like, oh, that's other people, right? That's not me that gets rejected. I always was like, oh, those are the people that didn't go to good schools. Those are the people that were from other places, whatever, right? Like, all of that kind of stuff. And and what I realized, no, it's not true at all. It's all of the people that are from the best places that are actually even trying, that have the resource to actually try to get to do this. Most people are trying really hard, and most people do a good job of it. Not always, right? But the majority of stuff that you will see are actually not bad. And what you don't realize is that everything gets rejected. Everything. And you don't get used to it. You never get used to rejection throughout the process. And I didn't realize it would hurt so much, because here's the thing, right? Like, you're thinking, oh, it's just a paper, they're just getting rejected. What you don't realize is that there was 4 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years dedicated towards this particular thing, of a lot of sitting and working and thinking. Like, it's not something that just happens, and it's not something that you just write up in like a weekend, right? Like, that never happens. And what you realize is that you're really not that smart in a lot of ways. You realize that, you just realize that you just have so much against you in a lot of different ways. And, for better or for worse, that's the reality of the life that you actually live in, right? And some people might get access to easier things and access to all this kind of stuff, and they likely do. There's differences, fundamental differences between people that publish a lot and don't publish. All of those kind of things are very real. And I didn't know that the psychological part, looking at something and repeatedly getting rejected for something would have such a profound impact on you, right? Like, I didn't think that was really quite possible. I just was like very naive to it all. just how challenging, first of all, actually for real challenging it is. And then the second thing is like, man, how hard it actually is, and the psychological impact of that on you. Or you imagine training for races, right? So you are training, I don't know, you're trying to run marathons, and that's your job, and you get paid to run marathons. And every marathon that you do, everyone, is that you're dead last. And every single time somebody tells you that you're not good enough, that you don't, your pay should be docked, that, why are you not training hard enough, points out all of the different flaws that you actually have. And that's what it's like to be an academic. You'd quickly realize most people that are running a marathon, and they experienced a couple of those, they quickly switch and go do something else. But if you're an academic researcher, you can't switch. You don't have a lot of choices in terms of what you can do and where you can go. You can't, it's hard to find another institution to go to. That there's just, it's so much like, in a lot of ways, it's so much like being in a bad relationship, right? Where you are wanting to like leave and, but you can't, right? And that's essentially what it's like. It is such a big challenge. It's so difficult in a lot of different ways, and I don't think I ever wanted to listen or think about this. I thought it was always, well, that's other people, and that's not me. Man, the naivety of that is profound, and you don't really realize that you don't get hit by that until you're already, a long ways into it, when you're like, crap, I don't think this is going to work out. And so then what do you do, right? Like, I don't know, you just profoundly naive. And the whole process is managing that naivety, managing the fact that, you get so much rejection, all of those kind of things. That's what it is. That's the whole process. So that's all I wanted to say. I know it's kind of I know it's kind of not the funnest thing to talk about, but it's also the sort of reality of it. And for those of you who aren't an academic, you're not going to get this. You're not going to understand. Probably for those of you who are, it's probably going to trigger you. But it might resonate. So, all right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.